Nevada, Allegiant Stadium, home of the Oakland Raiders, but today, home to the start of another exciting college football season as we are ready to crank it up here in Vegas in the Las Vegas Kickoff Classic. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the USC Trojans return team will have that offense backed up. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, Dave.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, it's Little. He's got him in the flat. Pulls his way forward. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Looking to move it through the air. Dances away to buy time. Going to try to get it himself. At the 45 on his way. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
This guy just keeps it. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Flips it out in the flat. And, oh, did they know that one was coming? They'll knock him down in the backfield.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
And And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And that's exactly what you want as a coach. You want to drive the ball down the field and get some form of points to create some momentum for your squad to start the season. How about the kicker? 1 for 1 in the year. He's perfect.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tigers offense will go to work for the first time. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football at a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do. And you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much he'll test that quarterback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Off play action. They're bringing heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Looking for room at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
He's going to pass. Working the big fella downfield and outside. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down. And the Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Running back searching for a hole. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the option. Picks up the first down, still moving. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting outside, and it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
He's right on target. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Goes to the option. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, LSU! They'll try to add another to their lead.
It's just so nice to have a signal who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for a touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Bringing it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Got his man on the outside. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He wants to throw. A little release to the back. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. The pull and throw off the RPO. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
The give to the tailback.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Got it in the middle, it's Gore. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Trojans moving quickly to the line. Handoff from the gun. At the 20, he's got space. They finally make the stop at the big run. Is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. They're going to ride this running back. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. out of the shotgun. They go to the ground. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Throw to the end zone, picked off. Past the 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Looking downfield, it's Little. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
And these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide receivers, you still expect them to fit that ball in there and make it happen.
And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. The Trojans will punt this one away. Here's the return. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
He's going to pass on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They'll leave it with him. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold it.
They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. This is not leather helmet era football. This is analytics. Around midfield, 4-down territory. On 4th down, trying to find his man. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The give to the back. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. They're setting up the screen. Spins away from the defense. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. And the Trojans are flying down the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. That gives him 54 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. To the air, it's Little. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans! I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Power football with the run. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's past the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just...
He's going for the big play. And he makes the catch inside the 15. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. They'll rely on running behind the big left tackle here. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses. That's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Makes the grab on the left. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Defense not showing press coverage. Not able to hook up the air, incomplete. Second and 10 here. To the air, it's Little. The throw. He's got the back in the middle.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
He makes the connection. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, USC.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And they tack on the extra point to cut the lead to 21-17. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Wants to throw on second down. Going over the top. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Skips away from pressure. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Quarterback will audible. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. He's going to fire deep. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas.
The Trojans will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had this lead to start in the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this...
All kinds of running room. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, LSU!
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Line gets set, first down. From the gun, the ground game. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. If they're going to keep this drive going, they'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Buys a little time with his feet. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. The Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know that
And they got him for the sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting a sack.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
On 4th down, looking to pass. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Got his man in the middle. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Trojans looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Give to the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game 1, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this guy.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Trojans. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Showing the arm strength down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
Fast motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in them. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Now lining up to snap it in the red zone. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
Using his feet to buy time. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
3rd and 1 situation, and they go hard play action, expecting man coverage in a shot deep, but quarterback had to hold on to the ball too long, and the defense, they just got to him.
They'll run for it on 4th down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Southern Cal! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half. Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Here's the handoff. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Now they'll run it to the right here. At the 40, there he goes. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Across the 45. And he breaks into the open. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice the safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Pushes toward the goal line. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Gets rid of it. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
They'll try to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
This time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. So after scoring the touchdown, he tried to tack on the 2-point conversion but was denied. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Pulls it and fires to the left. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Little. Swings it out to his running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Quarterback now breaking the field. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes. The Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. They'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Going with the ground game left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it. Open.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. First down here for the offense. Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Zings it complete to the right. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
What a weapon this guy is, right? The tight end position. Not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to bring down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
He wants to throw it again. He's going to take off. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Goodness, that happened fast. Even in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
Snagged in the middle. It's Kent. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football. They play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. They'll run the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for a 1st.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. So this offense has the lead, they have the ball, they have the clock on their side, and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Dropping back, it's Little. He's going up top here late in the game. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And he can't complete the 1st pass. Let's see if he can get settled.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the 1st half. And here they are in the 2nd half defending a deep ball.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
He'll return it. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
And now on second down for this offense. To the air, it's Little. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs, we got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite them.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Incomplete, the defense holds.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you can try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points in this game.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Buys a little time. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down. Second down coming up. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Going for the big play. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Quarterback checking the play. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive. Back to throw, it's Little. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Just a really nice play. Not a lot on the return, but that's all right when you hand it to your offense at the 42. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He'll take a shot. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. Trying to find his man on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. That incompletion leads to second down and 10. The corners are walked up tight. On second down, they'll take to the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And the Trojans with the 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as a player.